market today, or actually an antique store, and I came across this little axe, and I think it's going to be a good project for a restoration. It's a little Craftsman boy's axe. I want to bring you in here and take a closer look. I'm sure that's not an original handle. That handle looks like it is from a larger axe. It's been cut off. This doesn't look right here at all, and it was poorly done right there. You can see the Craftsman logo right there, and there's a big notch right here. So I've got a friend that has some welders. I'm going to see if we can't fill that in just a little bit. The trick is going to be keeping this bit cool down, and so my idea is to put this in a can of water with this bit, just the bit submerged, and see if we can't fill that in. So join me as we take a look at this and see if we can't get it to looking nice. This thing has been really badly abused. Not only is there that notch out right there that we'll try to fix, but this has been hammered on from the top and is all mushroomed in. So I want to ease that on the inside, take all that and clean that up on the inside. And I always like to bevel the bottom, the underside of the eye, so that when it's pressed on, hammered on to the axe handle, it is compressing rather than cutting the fibers, so that the fibers don't curl up. I don't like when the fibers curl up because then you're cutting them. But if you put a little bit of a chamfer on there, it will compress. It'll ride over the fibers and compress those fibers so that the fibers stay intact and stay up in there. They're just tight. So we'll have to clean this up with our die grinder on both the top and the bottom, get that welded in, and I still think we can make a decent axe out of that. 2.4 pounds, just a little over 2 pounds, almost 2.25, almost 2.5. That'll be great. We'll have to put a little bit longer handle on there, and that'll work well. Let's see if we can't clean up that insignia a little bit without destroying it. this, the top here has just been beat on relentlessly. So I want to ease that back a little bit and get rid of all that mushrooming that went inside the eye and clean that all out. So we use our little die grinder tool here and clean that up. And then I also want to ease the bottom because I like it when the handle goes in. You don't want this sharp edge cutting the fibers. You don't want it rolling up on the handle, getting some wood rolling up. You want this to slide over the top of the wood so it compresses it and the wood goes in rather than shaving it off. So we'll ease that a little bit, clean this up top, and then we'll do a final cleanup, and I think we'll be ready to put a handle on it. I want to point out this notch that was up here. Just thanks so much to my friend who filled that all in with the TIG welder. We kept that all cool by wrapping a piece of rag, a wet rag over this, and kept saturating the wet rag. And he filled that notch in, and you can't even tell that it was all tore up before. So I'm really happy with that. Okay. Really hoping not to mess this up, and we'll see if this will work. I want to use one of these polishing wheels. It just says silicon carbide. This is a 600 grit, and I thought I would see just how that works. It goes on the angle grinder, but I'd see how this is gonna work here. Not too bad. May just have to be what we're going to end up with. All right, let's put a little bit of an edge on this axe. Put it here in my axe vise. And I'm going to use the rag trick. It's not original with me. Felix Imler on YouTube demonstrated it, and I thought, now that is ingenious. Take a rag and set it right there. You lean your file here, and you just swipe. Then see where you're cutting needs to go up. You fold it. That works beautifully. Keeps it consistent. And I have found that for the most part, a file will do most of what you need. The puck just gives it a final little finish. burr all the way across there. I think that's good. Let's flip it over, finish it up. Now that it's been flipped over, that burr is on the top. We're just going to knock that burr back over the other side, and then we'll get our puck out. And that did it. Now we'll get the puck out, finish that up. Okay, we're still here using the axe vise. Got this bit pointed straight up. Got my can of sharpening stones here, soaked in kerosene. And our burr is on this side over here. Let's take our smooth side, knock off that burr. Yep, push the burr over. Don't think it's quite as sharp as I had my Norland. But this will cut wood well. Let's take it out for a spin. All right, let's see how this axe chops. Nice. That works great. Like it. Really enjoyed this project. I think we ended up with a really nice tool. I have to admit, I think this bit is a little thick for what I was using it for out there. To be fair, that piece that I was cutting out there was a piece of dried ash. In green wood, this might work a little better. Now, the limb that it took off came off very nicely, and what was so nice is it didn't break. It seemed to have sheared that limb off. You could see that it was cut and not broken. So I think it's got some real potential for delimbing when you drop the tree. Also for splitting firewood. It's going to be smaller pieces of firewood, but again, it's a boy's axe, so it's going to be limited on how big a piece you can split. And also for pounding wedges when you're felling trees, I think it'll work really well for that as well. So thanks so much for joining me on this project and watching the video through. Hope to see you on the next one. Have a great day.